Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become Messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion. That is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look through our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand, to be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Welcome, everyone, to the 189th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice for Tuesday, September 28th, 2021. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond. I'm a host today, and we are hosting members of the Universal Council, which are here to present today's program. And let me get that underway here. Okay, I think we're ready to begin.
Good morning, Rick. Good morning, everyone. This is Aza Yusufasi. If we can we go to the first slide, please?
What do you mean by first slide? I was on the first slide.
And the next.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I'm not sharing properly. Hang on a second. Let me try again.
Thank you, Rick. This is the platform that we have every Tuesday, One Planet, One Nation, One Race, for the Soul of the Universal Council, which is connected to the soul of the man. Actually, this platform is not about physicality of the man. It's more like our soul. We communicate through our soul with the rest of humanity. And it was interesting for me last night. I did a prayer. I made a wish and I made a prayer that, and I said, if my soul, because I have a lot of dreams, I said, if my soul is trying to communicate with me, I would like to remember my dream, because it's important. So I had a dream which was fascinating for me. From the top of my head, It started with a single thread of light. It was just like a hair, but it was light, like a plasma field. It started to come out and got more and more and more. It came to the point that it became like a huge bundle of light. It was circulating in a very fast way, and it became so big. And suddenly a sun came out of it, and the sun, just like a split second, the flash of light went away. And then a voice told me, like, I have given you all the keys that you can do this, but I cannot do it for you because you already have the tools. So you have to start do it yourself, because I don't have the key. The key is already within you when I created you. So actually, when I woke up, it was like 3:20 in the morning, and it was fascinating for me. And then what I'm thinking about, we actually know about the knowledge. We know about magnetic or gravitational. We know about the 0 point. And actually, 2 days before this, I was talking to my husband. He always goes to this 0 point. And I said, can you teach me? Because he telecommunicates with people, with his soul. He goes to the field and he talks to his soul talks to their soul, and he gets the information. He was giving me this example of it, that he was talking to one of his friends. He went to his field and he saw he's not well, and asked him, did you do the vaccination? He said, yes, I did Pfizer. And then he says, so why are you not well? He says, no, I don't know, these days I'm not very well. So he said, when I came out, actually, I called his ex-wife, and I want to make sure my communication was correct with him. And when he talked to his ex-wife, he said, yes, he has done the Pfizer. So he goes and he does that. And I said, can you teach me? He says, you guys are learning it. You should practice it. And he said, do you feel the magnetic gravitational? And I said, yes. He says, do you feel your breath? Your exhalation, inhalation is the point between the exhalation and inhalation is the 0 point. Just like yin and yang, between them is a 0 point. So you go in there and it gets deep in there. And when it's deep in there, is nothingness. And that's how you can move anywhere you want. And so for us to be able to do this, actually, this is the only way we can actually communicate with the rest of humanity. And what I realize is just a matter of trust. We have to trust ourselves that we have the key and we can do it, and we'll be able to not to concentrate on it, but just be free, not to be logical about it, just be very, how do you call it? Like, this life is just like a joke, like how you can free yourself from this bondage of physicality and just see everything as an illusion, the physicality, and just get out of your own way, in a way that we can just step into it. And then the more we do this, and the more we can reach out to more souls and be able to communicate, be able to, with the same motion, we can actually teleport. So everything is on our grasp. It's just a matter of timing, how badly we want it. Sometimes I feel like really I am there, but it's just a slip off my finger, because the minute I feel like I have it, because the notion of having actually is not good. What I realized, because the minute you think, oh, I got it, it means it's an ownership. So there's no ownership should be in it. It should be just, when you get it, you just look at it, you just look at it. Because just anything else, the minute we want to own it, we lose it. Because even in love, when we fall in love, the minute we want to have ownership, actually we mess up the love. That's why, we just have to be very careful with what we really trying to do. And just more, I remember Mr. Keshe said one time, always go more toward the positive. Just stay on the love and positive. Don't go to the negative. Because if you look at it, every creation, every single thing on this planet and beyond is created with love of God. So why do we have these things we call bad things or dark things or this and that? Because this came from the man's mind. It doesn't exist. So if it doesn't exist, we shouldn't give it reality. We should go back to that positiveness, to that place we came, that place that came from God and love. We just constantly move back, because the same way we created this world, we can create another world that we desire now, which is the world of peace and love. We created this world the way we see it. Now we can create the other world the same way we did it before. So with saying all that, I hope all of us, one by one, very soon, be able to reach that point. And not only we can do all that we learn from Mr. Keshe, but also teach all we learn and the love we have in our heart and soul, be able to transcend that, and send it, and to send it to all the people, all the every single animals, plants, to each single person. And hopefully not far from now, we get to that point, we can celebrate the unity of humanity all together with the rest of these animals in this planet and plants on this planet, and then celebrate this unity with the rest of the universe, to the rest of the cosmos, and be able to share what we carry in our heart and soul with the rest of the universal community. I'm just going to read this passage for you: one planet, one nation, one race, for justice and world peace. To the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal, and all are as creators, as they are created in the image of the Creator. Rick, can you go to the next slide, please? This is one wish that we made as a Universal Council. We, the Universal Council, wish the soul of the man has found the strength to lead the man to its true nature, to balance all the fields on this planet that reflects to the whole cosmos. And with it, the planet Earth itself reflects back to its true nature. And consequently, the whole universe reflects back to its Creator, that is peace and love. Thank you.
I am present in your wish, my dear Raza.
I am present.
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 I am present.
I am present.
Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Yes, more people say they're present. Perfect.
Yes, there's another wish also in the next slide. Stephanie, can I read that? Or you can?
Of course, please do.
Oh, okay.
Please do.
Okay. Okay. Mary had posted it. Hello, this is Shweta Anwar. You see Hindi language, and this is the wish created by beautiful soul, heart and soul, my dear Elias, UCS, Universal Council support, and together we have created this in a way we can say Universal Council members and Universal Council support members together. So this is a beautiful wish created by us. As I'm going to read, we, the Universal Council, wish all souls in existence have become active to create and create condition to give birth to the Keshe Bank and Keshe coins to make really of one city center world peace project by 6/6/2020. And I am present.
I'm present.
Yeah, I'm present.
Present.
I am present.
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 This wish has been made by you, Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay, okay, the creator is you. Okay. I apologize. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm present.
No problem. It's
then,
because I was looking for ethical banks, and I was looking, and in these days I noticed everyone get mad about cryptocurrency, and I was thinking I couldn't find any ethical banks that was true ethical, and so my wish was to have a cash bank, because we're doing all these ethical project for the people to the people, so to also activate cash coins, so we can use these tools to make the transition, because as we know in the future we're not going to need money and we're not going to need coins, but for the moment we have this transition time, and therefore this was the best way. So definitely, if the cash bank was existing now, I will put my saving there. So that's why I make this wish, and it will be very useful it will make all us united and use our potential to be able to make one city, one center reality from all of us, So I thought that was a way to facilitate or to create condition to concretely make this World Peace Project, One City, One Center happening. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'm present.
Hello.
Okay, Berna.
Good afternoon.
Hello, my dear. Can I say one wish also, posted by my dear Elias? Thank you, Mehran. Elias, beautiful soul, heart and soul. I will read what we created. Again, we created this beautiful wish. We, the Universal Council, wish the soul of the man has found the strength to balance all the fields on this planet that reflects to the whole cosmos, and with it reflect back to its creator, that is peace and love. Beautiful, Elias. So much. Thank you to you. So much love. Thank you very much. I am present.
I'm present.
I'm present.
Thank you, Mehran. You were saying something?
Yeah, hello everybody. Nice to be with you again. I mean, I was a little bit shocked about the idea of bank. I don't know if we have talked to somebody else in Keshe Foundation about it. Do they like to have a bank for Keshe Foundation or Bitcoin, or is it the idea of UC? Because it's just a little risky in my mind to get into adventure of banking.
Yes, actually, I did left a message to Mr. Keshe, but didn't have a reply yet. But I know. So I was looking for ethical bank, and the most ethical bank now, they show all the project. So basically, you put the money that you have, you put inside the bank, but you don't know how they use the money. So most of bank, they use the money for petrol or wars. So without knowing, you financing the war, or you're financing the place we are today. And also I saw a video where literally everything belongs to two corporations. Everything you see around you belongs to two corporations. They are from a very powerful families. So my idea was to really start something that was not present now, something completely different, where you guarantee that if you to make this transition to the new plasma era, if you have some money that you want to put in the bank, instead to put to any bank that you can use for sustain the world of yesterday, like the world we know before, with war or if you put actually the money in a bank, like could be cash bank, and then you present all the project that you will use with that money, so you have transparency, you have integrity, you use those value, so we can have a better transition. And I was looking on the website of the Keshe Foundation, when you look about the Keshe coins, no, because we're going all digital. So even plasma is digital. So we're going into digital currency. So when you look at Keshe coin in the Keshe Foundation website, they speak about there will be people will be able to change with currency once cash bank will be established. So already there is the idea of cash bank. The difference is that you have to you have a transition time. So you have to somehow transition from where we are today to where we're going tomorrow. And I think the idea of cash bank will be ethical bank. So, and I was looking for ethical bank, and it's really, really hard to find an ethical bank that is not already involved with the big corporation. Really, everything you consume today, everything from food, from banks, from petrol, from clothes, they all belong to the same family. So if you want to make a change, I think we have to start from scratch. And because we're looking for donation, we look, at the present time, you have to pay for premises, you have to pay for salary, you have to pay, we're still on currency level. So I thought if we had the cash bank, at least the money that we have today, they're going to project for this project tomorrow. We're not going to need the currency at all. We're not going to need cash coins in the future if we all put in our force to this project for world peace. So this was my idea, but
yeah, but again, we get into the money circulation. The base of foundation is not make money. Mr. Keshe doesn't talk about how much I get, how much, but why such a rush? For example, I don't know what's your project, but if you want to have enough money for the uniform enhancement unit, who does it? He does utilize it. It's the doctors or related to doctors. So why don't you get few doctors who are interested and have enough, they usually make good money, and they are enough interested that they contributed, donated to this. So the spiritual part of this creation stays still spiritual, and out of the money culture. You understand? Because it's also a spiritual enhancement, just not sickness enhancement. Because if the person is sick, but the intention is not with that person, I don't know what effect it would have. So it's kind of a special project of soul and science. And getting into the physicality of money by whoever, except those who are passionate about that, which I think if you can find people who have hospitals, which have a lot of money, or private hospitals, or a certain level, they are passionate with the science, maybe they can do donation together and make this.
Marinus, have you heard of the Keshe coin before?
Yeah, but
that's what Mr. Keshe has put forward. This is Mr. Keshe's project, not some private individual. This is his idea, and people can now buy the Keshe coin. It's available right now, and you earn interest every year on it. And
but
it's
if I buy Keshe,
it's part of Mr. Keshe's idea for the future. And this is to be used to buy things within the Keshe Foundation. For example, you can use a Keshe coin to make purchases on products and services of the Keshe Foundation, and so on. This is part of what his vision is for money.
But it's very little compared to the enhancement unit, which is $1 million. And by the way, there have to be doctors to work with it. We cannot use it without work.
This is a whole different thing than what you're talking about, Marinus. This is the Keshe coin and the Keshe bank, which is different from people donating for buying a universal enhancement unit. That's a whole different program. That's the One City, One Center program, where people use ordinary cash to buy, enhancement units. That's a different program than the Keshe coin and Keshe bank. Whole different thing altogether, just to be clear.
That's exactly what I asked the other time, that to have more explanation about this project of One City, One project, because I thought it's about, somebody said it's about enhancement unit in each city. So we need more explanation already about what is exactly this project. So maybe, and also about the bank, you think Mr. Keshe wants to open a bank with Bitcoin? You heard about that?
In the internet, if you go in the website and you look for Keshe coin, is mentioned Keshe bank. But if you think like nothing is bad, not even money are bad, but you can use them. If every one of us, do you remember like when Mr. Keshe was talking about the big pot, where everyone put inside what they don't need, and everyone take out what they need. So because we want to create a new era, a new world, I think we in the transition to where we are now, to that new step. For example, now for the enhancement unit, you have to pay the rent, you have to pay the premises. So at the moment, we're still going with money and currency. We know that in the future, with plasma technology, we will not have any more need of money, need of Bitcoins, need of banks. All this is going to fall apart. But in the transition time, if people have a place where they can put their salary or income or whatever they don't need into a pot, and then we use that pot for the goods of the people. So we do a project for the people to the people, where eventually we will not need to work, we will not need to have money, we will not need, because as we know with plasma, you can have what you need at the point of need. Once we learn, but you need to have a research center, we need to develop the technology even further, we need to do a lot of understand the technology further. We have to create school. We have to create factories. So it's a big worldwide project. So that's why I make that wish, because to me, I don't see it. I understand you when you say that. Why focus? I don't want to focus again in money, but now, if we can use what we have to turn into good, to turn into a place where we don't need money. So that was my intention. And because we have these Keshe coins already, and now everyone gets crazy about cryptocurrency, that a lot of people, I mean, I don't agree with it, but why don't invest in Keshe coins? So then we can use for the plasma project. to create a better world, because everything is in exchange of peace. So even the money you put in the bank will be in exchange for peace. The money used for coins, cash coins, will be in exchange of peace. So it's all down to that World Peace Project. I don't know if anyone wants to add anything. Or
Stefania, I just want to add to what
yeah,
you said,
please,
because what's happening, there are some information coming up in Iran. I hear from here and there that they're trying to use the people who mandating people who are not vaccinated, they cannot use the public transportation or do any banking or any office work. So, all around the world trying to squeeze people in this position, corner them in a way that they can go toward the vaccination. So if we have such a thing as a banking system that we keep it free, then suddenly anybody who doesn't want to do banking with them, they can switch the bank. Because right now, like if there's no option, what people are going to do? So if the point comes that we should have everything available, I mean, there's going to be a time that, of course, we're going to be free from all of it. But in the meantime, in the transition time, we need something to hold us to pass it, just like a bridge. If you're going from on this planet, which is all we deal with right now, we're going to go to the planet that we wish to have, is a bridge between them. So this is a bridge that we constructing to move from where we are to where we're going to be. So this is necessary, but the sooner is better.
I have a suggestion. Have you made a plan, a marketing plan, the things you need, the steps you need, the estimation of what you need? Maybe that would better clarify what's needed and wanted. And then we go for it with postula, with wishes. And when we wish, people come up here to donate and they get their satisfaction also, because somebody who has a hospital and gets acquainted with this knowledge because of this enhancement or whatever, they can return it back to his patients. So it's give and take. You understand? Have you done a marketing, what you want to do, a plan, a basic plan of what we want, the sketch of what you want to put in place?
Dear Mehras, the plans will be according to the need, because banks has been misinterpreted. These are energy points. These will be light points.
Shweta, your microphone is making a lot of noise.
No, it's all right. Hello?
I don't know. Try talking.
It's okay now.
No, there's a bunch of noise on your microphone, Shweta. Thank you.
Okay.
You see, because
Okay,
I think when you...
wait a minute, Mehran, all the marketing is done by the Keshe Foundation and not done by the Universal Council. So this is something you'll have to take up with the Keshe Foundation separately, aside from this. This group is not for marketing of the products.
No, not product. The project, because every time if we know exactly what we want and we wish for it, the universe makes the facility that we can bring about these things, in my opinion.
I know that
we've talked about the one city, one center many times on this workshop. So I don't quite understand what the issue was with figuring out what the one city, one center is.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, Mr. said we don't want to go and ask the banks to help us. And he said that twice. I just remember that phrase.
Which phrase? Sorry, can you repeat?
Mr. Keshe, two different places said, especially, probably Rick knows about it, never go to banks for banking system for things you need to do?
Yes, of course, because me too. That's why it's very difficult to look for an ethical bank. It's very difficult to have a bank who's transparent. There are a few, but even the project they do, there are no. They say they're for environment, but they are not truly for the environment. So that's why, as I said, my one was just a wish. I know that to make a bank, you need billions and you need a lot of organization, but this is a collective effort. We try to, one thing definitely we have to understand that this is we try to change the world. So it's a collective work from all of us together. So we have to make the impossible become possible. And like Azar said, it was just a transition. So it's a temporary situation to enter the new era, the plasma era. So, and it's a colossal work. So that's why I threw this wish. I wanted to make this wish because I know that it's the impossible become possible. But I think we need to create a condition where people they're not afraid of, for example, like Azar said, we having a lot of restriction lately, so we have to be independent on everything. And this was one way for me, like idea to collectively get together, because I was reading about bank, and apparently people can collectively get together and collectively put those money together and make their own bank to make plan for the people to the people. And I thought it was very similar to one city, one center concept. That's why I make this wish, because it was very similar, where people collectively get together and use whatever the resources they have for the people to the people. So for school, for education, for hospital, for whatever you can think of, environment. And this is what we try to do with one city, one center. We try to collectively get together and use our resources to open up projects that for the people to the people. But with the bank, you got the difference is that you can draw out the money you need. Okay, so there is this way where if everyone put in this big pot what they have, and they can take what they need and leave what they don't need, so that was my concept behind. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm with you.
Thank you.
I'm with you in your concept.
Thank you.
Slowly.
Suggest you play the Keshe coin from 228 workshop.
I've already played the Keshe coin video twice here.
Sorry.
I can play it again if you wish with the music.
Yes, please.
Okay.
can you highlight that one?
Excuse me?
Sorry, Rick, I wanted you just to highlight the one with the bank mentioned, which was just one step back.
Highlight
the previous slide.
This one here?
Yes, with the bank.
With the bank.
It's mentioned.
So you decide this one here.
Yes. Exchangeable only within Keshe Foundation structure for any products offered at Keshe Foundation manufacturing sites or Keshe Bank after its establishment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, because when you look into, I looked into, because as I said, I wanted to switch because many people now want to switch their bank because people now they're taking responsibility and they want to have transparency where the money going to and what they're using for. And I've from my research, I didn't do much research, but from what I saw up to now, as I said, every citizen can come together and create a bank where they collect the money for project for the people, like I just said before. So it can be done, but obviously even there they say this huge work. You need a lot of I don't know, maybe 13 millions or something. So I know is a huge work and need to be organized. So what I'm saying is I made it as a wish. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but definitely I feel it's what people need. They need to be more reassured where the money going to, their money, especially now that we know that you are responsible. So you're karmatically responsible if you're supporting, if your money support the war, and you know about it, and you don't do nothing to change it, you are responsible. You are in the same chain. This, from my understanding, from the Keshe teaching. So now that we know that we are responsible, first person with everything we do, we need to really make sure that our money going for what we believe. So, and the Keshe Bank definitely would be towards world peace. No, so eventually we will not need even money. So that's, yeah. So I want to say this.
Hey.
Okay, let's let the video play through.
Thank you. And as you know, there is this push on also cryptocurrency, get digital with currency. So this will be the best. If people buy cash coins, then they don't have to fear that their bank account is going to get shut if they don't do what they ordered to do. So like Azar said, we have to give a place for people where can feel they're still free. So I think this can be very useful. to keep people in no fear and empower them. We are here to empower people, so to empower humankind. Sorry, finish.
Another thing I want to add here, Stefania, is the government at the moment. We used to have services from the government, but we don't really have services for people. Even the banking system now, some of the bank, in order to keep your money in the bank, they charge you monthly. So what kind of a bank is this? So if we create a bank that people feel trust and just put their money for what it is and just they can get it whenever they like, they would love that. Because right now, not only we get no services from the government, everybody's on their own, people servicing each other. What's the position of government here? Practically nothing. It's just playing politics with each other and with the people around the world. That's all. That's what they do. We practically nothing getting a single thing from them. On top of it, they just go around and create mayhem, like ordering the farmers to destroy the products, and they pay them for it, which is against humanity.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Peace. This is Dean from Oklahoma. Can I be heard?
Yes, please.
Love you guys. A lot of the things that have been talked about, banking, etc. Part of one of the teams that I'm working in is already working in that arena. And let me gather my thoughts for just 1 second. I'm going to bring it. First of all, I have a wish tied to the wish that was put last week, on the interface with the knowledge seekers, the Universal Council, and the tribal council of the Cherokee Nation that signed the treaty for peace in exchange for technologies. Well, as far as I can see, the interface with the Keshe Foundation and the tribe is me. Therefore, as I go in to start teaching Cup 1, Cup 2, agriculture, etc., I'm going to want to have I guess you'd call it because I work with ambassadors, I need a basically ambassadorial standing or covering of the Universal Council and coordination of efforts in order to bring about the fulfillment of the contract that was promised to the Cherokee Nation of the technology in exchange for peace. I want to see, my wish, my desire is to see the teaching that happens within this nation, within the nation of the United States of America, that it be quality programming and that it be qualified in content and succinctness of information, that it be worthy of Keshe Foundation. And as the treaty is fulfilled in the exchange for technologies, I'm going to call it profit because that's just a word that is understandable by most people. The profit off of these, I have already committed within my spirit to give into the furtherance of peace, because all I need, if I fulfill the things that I've prayed about for these decades, I will not have to be concerned with myself, because I will be able to walk anywhere on this planet barefooted because of plasma technologies, in peace because what we have brought about. I spent decades working on this, and not that I am totally right on anything. However, I was given a fractal equation on economy and finances and how to fund it and how to take and extract ourselves from the fiction of money and bring us into the transference of manifestation of mining, manufacturing, and agriculture for the stability of this planet. And I'm qualified to stand in this position. And I have dedicated my life to this. And so my wish is that we move on swiftly in manifestation, because the banking, it can be handled. It should be done in the very, very near future. And I'm bringing together several different organizations, political, financial, spiritual, and we've got this if we keep with our wishes, right? And the things that have been written, because I've been around a while. I've been a knowledge seeker for a long time. 7 years ago, I talked with Keshe about these things, and we made wishes back then. And I was part of the writing of the peace treaty. So I'm vested in seeing the manifestation of these. And it's through the spirit of man that we have the ability to manifest these things in peace and love. Anyway, this next week, I hope from the Universal Council and the Keshe Foundation, because the Cherokee Nation was promised the technologies, and different nations have signed that peace treaty. And I want to see that peace treaty. I want to see it enforced, and I want to see the word and the spirit that was written within it manifest now. And at this time, I want to see it manifest in the Cherokee Nation as they have signed the treaty. So that's my wish. Now, there's a lot of interface that is going to happen between the Universal Council, Keshe Foundation, and where the manifestation is happening, just like in Arizona and Mexico and Lynch. The next place for that, and a place that can have a one city, one center, will be the Cherokee Nation. And then with the other group I'm working with, okay, two of them, right? There's the one city, one nation, and then there's a city of science that as funding comes through and the manifestation of the desires in my heart and mining, manufacturing, and agriculture put out into for the benefit of mankind and the planet, we get to fulfill these things. And then we get to together cross a threshold into the wishes, and I'll put it down into Keshe, because he's a center point of our consciousness on these projects. Well, I've talked a lot, but that's where it is. Cherokee Nation is here right now. I've been turning dirt on my lease in order to get things ready. So the actual action is taking forth. the lifeblood that I have had in labor is being spent to its total in bringing about these things. So the investment on my part is already there. Now, what gets manifest out of the manufacturing, mining and agriculture and education that comes off of this, as an organization, as a group, as a heart, I'm relying on you all to help bring about the peace. Anyway, with that, these are my wishes, and I thank you so much for being here and allowing me to be part of this in order to bring it into manifestation, that it creates an environment for the children to sing, laugh, and dance, and to learn in an environment and of things that we never had an opportunity to learn because of the incongruencies of heart torn apart because of fear and not knowing how to manifest because of that. Anyway, I want to see it stop. So that's my heart to the Universal Council, and I thank you for receiving it. So I give freely of my soul. Peace.
I'm present, my dear Dean, in your beautiful wish. Thank you.
It takes more than a wish. It takes interface, because it's happening now. And so we don't have a time. I operate out of the wish and prayer. I do it decades before. That's why I'm prepared to walk into this. But there's working the Tao, the ether, the field forces of creation. But then there's also the action of man and the steps that we take physically, and then the words that are put behind those steps. So I'm looking for the action. Right? We make GANTs, we plant seeds, we speak the word in faith, and we bring about manifestation, but it takes a coordinated effort of a team that has a specific outcome, with a addendum to that outcome as I will receive this and nothing less, but I am open to receive this and absolutely the miracles of something better because of the heart and the spirit and the soul of mankind that is working on the manifestation of peace. So it's taking work. Okay, that means I can't be sitting out here without having communication from you. I'm
Okay, Dean, are you aware of the agriculture program in the Keshe Foundation for professional? It sounds like you want to go professional with agriculture, correct?
Well, it's not just agriculture, okay?
Well, do you want to go professional with agriculture first?
Oh, absolutely. That's part of it.
Okay, then you need to apply at the private teaching for agriculture at kfssi.org.
I understand, but I also understand how long it takes to get
Have you applied at agriculture at kfssi.org to be a professional agriculturalist?
Okay. I tell you what,
be part
Rick,
of the private program. This is a private program, not a public program.
I have heard you, and I will apply this week. And next week, if I have not heard anything back from the agricultural thing, then I'm going to bring it up again on this platform. And
well, you can bring it up all you want, but you got to realize you have to pass security.
Well,
And
I
through
understand.
the process, you have to be a part of the
I
agricultural
understand.
program, and that takes time to
Yes.
be incorporated.
Okay, well,
It doesn't happen in a week.
My dear Rick, and my dear Universal Council, what I'm saying is I will apply this week. I will apply, but I want to take, and I know, see, we've all been here. We've been here a long time, and I know how long it takes to move through that process because of being all volunteer primarily. And if movement doesn't happen, right, with implementation of what I am bringing, a lot of the things where people have not had resources for the effort that they have put in, they're trapped in the money situation. And I know the challenges. I've seen these in so many places. I've been here over 1,600 hours. And so I've seen a lot. Anyway, I'm not going to go on.
Yeah.
I will apply, but I want to see on this particular one, because it's not just me. Okay, it's the peace treaty. It's a commitment that we made through the peace treaty to the tribe, to the nation, and I have a moral.
Well, first of all, wait a minute. Mr. Keshe did not validate that peace treaty. He said that nations like Native nations are not valid for being nations. They should be under the U.S., United States of America as a country laws. That's the way he laid it out to start with. Now, that may have changed recently. He may have changed that directive, but because they call themselves a nation does not make them a nation in the eyes of Mr. Keshe. Okay. He's very specific about that. I asked him about that a couple of times because that's what I wanted. I wanted all the Aboriginal nations to be recognized as nations. But Mr. Keshe wants the countries of the world as recognized by the United Nations to have their governments come forward to accept the technology. This is what's important to Mr. Keshe in order to bring that universal peace under the peace treaty.
Okay, let me ask a question, Rick. We have everything that is available in public peace chains. And, well, let me ask this. What knowledge is occulted to the general population that is being kept for the governments that are destroying the people and the earth? Are there things being occulted from me as a knowledge seeker?
All the knowledge is out there. You just admitted there's thousands of hours of teachings about this. A lot of it is about agriculture.
Yes, I know that. I've been here.
Yes. So why don't you apply that? Why do you blame Mr. Keshe and want more from Mr. Keshe?
No, I don't want. Did I address Mr. Keshe? I think I addressed the Universal Council.
Well, it's not up to the Universal Council to do agricultural projects and so on. That they're here for spiritual support, not the physicality.
Well, what brings about the physicality is not the spiritual. When I didn't understand they
already gave you've made your wish. They've backed your wish. We've done this before, actually many times through this format.
Yeah, and that's why I'm where I'm at right now.
Okay, well, now you're implementing the physical part of it. You're actually, like you say, got the shovel in the ground. You are the person that's doing it.
Well,
you have the knowledge.
I got the
you have the full knowledge yourself. You have the full knowledge of the agriculture. And
No,
if
there
you
is no
apply,
full knowledge. I'm a scientist.
well, you've
and a
got thousands
scientist
of
will do-
hours of teachings about it that you can apply.
Well, and also practicality, but that's only one in what needs to be a team. And I'm applying, okay, because I will not leave something undone. And with that, I think the power of intention has been put out, and so has the wish.
My dear
Well,
Dean,
yeah, that's the most important thing, is for sure. And we know your wish is true, and we know your heart is. Ashweta, could you not open your mic? It's very noisy. You have to fix the bad connection on your microphone.
Yes.
Dean, there's no doubt that your intention is true. You've been here for a long time, and we've heard from you many times, and we feel your heart, we feel your wish, and you know, there's no doubt about that. It's completely, you know, doubt free. You were there for it, and you've been at this for a long time, and we appreciate your perseverance and your wishes and so on. But if you want to go pro with it, then you have to go through the proper channels. And if you don't want to go pro with it, then it's up to you to
Hey, Rick, you already heard my word. I'm going to
form a group. You can form a group like in Telegram to do agricultural and bring some people that might be good in it, like Gianni or
Hey, Rick, when I say something like I'm going to do it, just like I broke ground and moved and sold all that I had in order to do this, I think you can pretty much, you know, the only thing that's taken me out is my transition from physicality.
Can I say something? Because Rick, correct me if I'm wrong, no? To be clear also for everyone. But for example, if someone, for example, like Dean, has got a project in the mind, I'm sure if you go through the American Telegram and even organize a meeting with Mr. Keshe, or to see if everything is online also with the foundation. Definitely, maybe a meeting with Mr. Keshe, talk about how they could support each other's, and then see also how to do this. So if you have to apply for the agriculture, or if maybe can tell to their language group what they need. So maybe people in their group, they can help in, and maybe all of us, we can help him. Maybe people from abroad are willing to go where Dean lives to have food accommodation for free, and maybe exchange for knowledge with plasma to help with agriculture. Because I understand that in one way, I understand dignity. It's one person, the project is big and it's a collective effort. So maybe speak also with Mr. Keshe and see how they can go forward.
That's what I would recommend. That's why I say
perfect.
That's why I say he has to pass security first.
Okay, perfect. You're right.
And I will do it this week. I will get on it today. Yeah.
Right on. Thank you, Dean.
Peace.
Okay, thank you very much.
Are there other ways that the Universal Council can help people like Dean to facilitate the, you know, projects and that kind of thing? Or is it more on a spiritual basis, or does the Universal Council get involved with projects and that kind of thing?
This is all that, you know, if he wants to run a project, like for example, we have done this in Iran. Like we want to test on a growth of rice and wheat. So we had one farmer, so he became volunteer. So what we did, Keshe Foundation, Iran, they just went in and we took the ganses, we started with the process of, the whole process of soaking the seeds and everything. So everything went through step by step, and we just monitored and growth of the rice and the wheat and everything. So the project came up. So what he needs, he says, okay, I have like a 10 acre of land, and this is actually is being done in Vietnam by Ton. Ton constantly doing it in Vietnam, in all different parts of Vietnam with tea, with different plant group and everything. So he has to say, okay, I have 10 acres of land and I want to do this project, I want to grow this. So we come up with this like a protocol for what he wants to grow, what needs to be done step by step. It's going to be soaked in CH3, it's going to be soaked in CO2, it's going to be soaked in this. So we go through the process and we help him to monitor it, and he's going to give us the feedback on takes picture, movies, just the way we did in Iran. So this is how the outcome is, and he can present his situation, what has happened to other farmers around him or other state, other things. So it's very easy to do it. He just has to come, okay, this is the land, and then we're going to come up what he wants to grow. I want to grow rice, I want to grow wheat, I want to grow something. Then we're going to tell him, okay, this is the way you have to do it, and it shouldn't be any problem.
So who would do that with Dean then, the Keshe Foundation USA?
So yes, he can actually send a proposal to us to say what land he has, what he wants to grow, and we come up with a protocol.
What do you mean by us? Keshe Foundation Iran?
Yes, we can. He can share this in an American group. Any of the group that people are there, we can share this information with you.
I know that I will be doing the application, but in developing this new technology, just like was done in China with the plots of land and then the testing that happened of the crops after it was done, as I go forth in this, and we as an organization, I know I'll be part of the ag area of Keshe, but it's like the double-blind studies with medical and the rest of the stuff. We need to have control groups of what's happening, of the crops and etc. So I will be part of the agriculture, but anybody to walk in, right, if it is not, you need this potassium, P and K for growing your plants, Monsanto comes in and tells you, okay, this is what you do, this is what you're getting, right? We need some protocols of how to use what is coming off in agriculture, because what I'm bringing in, right, it will harvest like CO2 GANs by the, if I scale, it'll be by the ton. And
what you need to do, you need to take a movie of your land, take some pictures, and tell us what you're going to grow, come with a protocol, and we're going to monitor it. That's very simple. Just take a movie, take photos, and send it to us, and we want to see what the land looks like, how is the land, how many acres you have, and what you want to grow.
You got it. Well, it's not just my plot, right? When I go in,
we have to start with one plot. We get the result, and then after that, once you become master of it, you become your own boss. You don't need us anymore, because that's what we want people to do. People become their own bosses. So
I am my own boss,
yes,
but
you do your own land. You do your own land. Once you get the result, and then you go to teach other people how to do their own plot.
Well, if the knowledge is already there, it's like a pencil. Okay, a lot of the knowledge is there. And if I am able to cut out a growing season, even if that growing season is for mushrooms, which is only 30 days. Anything that can be done in order to shorten the time and increase the joy of the people involved in the miracles of agriculture and nature. I don't want to take, and if I fill a pressure cooker for mushrooms and I have 1,500 pounds of grain and I make a mistake, that's 1,500 pounds and a lot of resources. And at this time, I don't have that type of ability to waste that type of money off of mistakes that could have been avoided. And I don't think, yes.
We didn't say we're gonna make mistakes. What we do when we give you a protocol is gonna work.
Oh, I know that.
Because we have done it in Iran, we have done it in Vietnam, we have done it in China, everywhere works. So it's not that you're gonna do something and it's gonna be, if it's gonna work, it's not gonna work, it's gonna work. All we're saying is you take a movie of your land, take a photo of your land, write down what you wanna grow, and we come up with protocols with your plot, you process it, you take care of it. Once it's done, we can measure, because we did send we measure the length of the wheat, we measure the amount of percentage of protein, how much change. We have all these records, we have done it in everywhere. I can show you records of China, Vietnam, Iran, all of it. So there's nothing that we do is gonna go wrong with it. We just need the right protocol, we just need to know what you wanna go, that's all.
You got it. And like everything, it'll be open source and public, because I don't believe in the occulting of anything.
See, when you start your project, it's gonna be you and us.
It's already started. It's just integrating now.
Once we finish it, once we get the end product, then it becomes public. But in the meantime, it's gonna be between you and us. That's all.
You got it. You got it. I appreciate your time, your effort, and your hearts that are bringing about the creation of the manifestation of our combined wishes. Thank you. Peace.
And we'll be with the supervisor of Mr. Keshe. So he will supervise, he will make sure that, everything will be fine. So this is the way, and then you can, if you need anything else, if you need some knowledge seeker for anything, you can make announcement, and we see if we can help. Like you said, is a common effort.
And what it is going to bring to the foundation and the world is it's going to bring the things that get turned into currency that gets traded over the internet or the banks, whatever. But it's going to bring massive amounts of clean manifestation of agriculture, mining, and manufacturing out of the hands of people. So what comes off of this is the bank that is the Keshe Foundation. So there is the money there in order to move it forward. I wrote a fractal economic equation. And if you have anything over unity, and the heart is right where it doesn't need to hold on through greed to the product of over unity, then that over unity is able to do just what a fractal equation does, which is fold back in on itself while it's always creating more. Anyway, that's another subject, but the money will be there, or the currency, the current will be there to fund. And it's not going to be a bastardized, when we mine or when we agriculture, when we grow, okay, what we have is we have something that is substantial. I may be all wrong on this, but when I look at the amount of energy that is put into the crypto in order to mine it, and what is left, and how it can be taken with the stroke of as soon as current stops flowing, that created the currency that is digital, crypto, then that is gone, because it was based on a drain of energy, not on a creation of something tangible from that energy, except for the what people think that they have as a medium of exchange for goods. Anyway, I've spoken enough. Once again, thank you all. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be part of y'all.
Thank you.
Now we move to the next part, or is there more discussion on that?
Yes, we can move to the next part. Thank you, Rick.
Okay, we got the World Peace Project, One City, One Center.
Can you hear me, Rick?
Yes.
Okay, could you hear me before or not?
No.
Okay, so a problem with the, okay, perfect. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning from wherever you are. Yeah, we talked just now quite a bit about the World Peace Project. Yes, so these are the two announcement units that you see that were in Linz, and we're gonna see many more in the new exhibition on the 2nd and 3rd October. If you click on the Keshe Foundation website, you can then find a way to do a donation. If you go money to spare and you don't know what to do with it, definitely this will be a best investment, because this project, your money, as you will find out also when you're gonna go to Linz, they're gonna go for develop even further the plasma technology and develop even further different announcement unit. So if you, for example, I definitely recommend you to hear the part of the North American teaching, public teaching that was on Sunday evening, last Sunday. Mr. Keshe talked about the new announcement unit and talk about what they can do. And also talk about Linz, talk about the people that will go to Linz. Once they enter the center, they will be able to feel the fields of the plasma. And many people who go there, they're gonna have some health issue or some problems. By going to Linz exhibition, they will feel some change in themselves for the better. Yeah, thank you so much. This is the exhibition center. This is a beautiful picture from Dean. Yes.
I can play the video with the audio if you like.
But that's better than many words.
Okay, hang on a second.
Yes, thank you so much, Rick. Have you managed to, actually, maybe now, actually, we run out of time, so maybe, yeah, but I do recommend you to see the North American teaching, because Mr. Keshe talked there about the exhibition and talks about the machine they're going to show. And very interesting. He said, of course, that we cannot try the machine, we cannot enter the machine because they don't have regulation for it. But he said that if you go in, just people that will go in, they will be present to the exhibition, they will learn about the fields, and they will feel the presence of the fields, and they will go back regenerated. So it's very, I really wish to go. I really wish, because also the 3rd is my birthday. So I really wish to go. Unfortunately, I will not be able to. But I know some people, also the Universal Council will be there. So I really, yeah, definitely will be there with my soul. But it will be a kind of unique experience. So, and I know that they really kept very private. No one knows how the exhibition center look inside. So it will be a real surprise for everyone who will go there. And they have all the facility there to really accommodate, you know, if actually, I don't want to say this. I was gonna say the anyway, listen to the North American teaching. They're gonna show the machinery. They're gonna show Mr. Keshe talk a lot about it, and it will be really, really great. I don't know if anyone want to add anything about the exhibition. Anyone here? Yeah.
There's a picture for that somewhere, but I can't remember where it is. I just ran into it in the last few hours. Find it here. If anybody can point it to me. I just saw a little thing somewhere on Facebook or somewhere that it was posted. I'll see if I can find it.
Was that inside, Rick? And it looked like there was a lobby picture that someone had posted. I'm not sure if it's the same center or someone was just replicating what they might have thought it could look like.
No, the picture I'm looking for is just a blurb on the actual event. It's an event blurb. I think it's on Facebook.
Mark, you were there on Sunday.
I think you remember more about it than I do.
Oh, really?
But I was very impressed. The blind are going to start, as he said, even people with cancer, I think, as well. I thought he brought up the point that people will not become thirsty in this exhibition center. I don't know if it's immediately or whenever they do that. And John in Arizona will be getting 40 vision enhancement systems. So the blind and the people with vision problems that have never found solutions, if their wish is to find a solution, I think this is, we're going to have the blind seeing. And if any media can cover that story, well, thank you.
Yes.
Also, what also impressed me was that if they're going to use food as a weapon against the nursery, that he's prepared to release some very technology to the general public, I think, similar to what we'd have in a space city in Iran and in the exhibition center, of being able to be fed through fields.
Yes, yes. He said that people, when we're gonna go inside, they will be not thirsty or hungry. Yeah, we'll have the full experience of the fields of those enhancement unit. And like you said, they can regenerate themselves. So anyone who's got any problems, it will feel regenerated and back to balance. So it's really, that's why I really wish to be there. I got so many problems. I'm joking. Yeah, so I wish to be there. So it sounds super good. That's why I really recommend to see the North American teaching. And Mark, do you remember anything else? I think he's gonna show four more.
He said if you do take any pictures or anything before the Keshe Foundation is ready to release them, you will be banned across all Keshe Foundation websites. So there's some reason, and I know there's diplomatic reasons and probably high-level people from around the world, that the center may be closed at certain times just for a few hours until the dignitaries or the ambassadors, presidents, or some of the wealthiest men in the world have made their way through and have left. So if you do go there and it is closed, because I think it's Monday to Friday, 9 to not sure when, but just wait a little bit and the center will reopen, at least in this initial period, because I know he's going to be demonstrating quite a bit of the technology to world leaders and others that are very influential on the planet, let's say.
And it's very refreshing that all our effort, all our money and effort, all our time goes for this. You know, if we're going to have a more center like this. Can you imagine? All over the world.
Yes, and at some point very soon, he said they'll be releasing a unit a day, I think. So you're going to see this definitely take off in a very big way. There'll be a period of just, I think, releasing, and there's back orders of this universal unit. As he said, if the original one was a 10, the improved one that he worked on apparently is a 10,000. So a huge difference and a blessing. As he said, as we move towards peace, more and more of this technology will be released. And if they try to use food as a weapon as well, this technology will also be released.
Yes, and you know, and if he also said that you know, the One City, One Center project, you know, one nation, one planet, one race, it will be very soon come, you know, into action. So very soon they, you know, if you think all these machines spread all around the world, and you know, we're not far off to the realization of one planet, one nation, one race, where if this technology is going to be spread around the world, thanks to all our effort, it definitely very soon the government, everyone have to comply to this, because there is nothing you can beat it, you know. So we're not very far from our vision, our goal.
And I think we have to reach a point of collective wanting peace. And as we heard in the video, if it's your wish to see peace, it's the soul of the awareness of the people on this planet, and that will create the position of change. So by processing through the unit, more people will have an elevated soul to wish then for peace.
Yeah, we should invite all our president and make him go through the exhibition center.
That's going to be the prerequisites that people are going to ask, I think, in future elections. Have you been through the machine? Have you been processed? We don't want to elect you or put you in any positions. Someone with great authority hasn't been processed. I think this will be on the card, I would say.
All the big family who own the old world, they should go through the exhibition center so they can back to balance.
Bone enhancement system as well was being shown, and again, fractures in just hours or perhaps minutes of broken bones, and maybe broken in the morning, and you're walking to dinner on your own. So these technologies, again, beyond our imagination, but the Keshe Foundation is in possession of these and has been demonstrated and will continue to be demonstrated at the highest levels on this.
Yeah, he showed that machine yesterday. No, sorry, on the North American teaching, sorry, on Sunday. He showed that machine about the fracture. Can you imagine for Olympic athletes or places like hospital, like a hospital in Qatar, where the most famous athletes, football player, or if they can recover from a fracture in second, I mean in a day, it will be huge improvement for them.
They break their arm in the game and then go back, and in 20 minutes be back out on the field playing again. It's a very humbling technology.
I can wait. Yes. So here we got the picture. I think Rick put the picture of the event where you can donate, and you find this in the Keshe Foundation website under event. So it will be the 2nd and the 3rd of October. Perfect, yeah.
Yes, I notice it says, 500 euros, but I think Mr. Keshe also mentioned if you can't afford that, that it shows here actually as the event 0.
Yes, because as you know, even with education, Mr. Keshe does like this, or even with Keshe TV, he makes sure that everyone is not excluded. That's why this is a project from the people to the people, with no one excluded. So if you have money and you can afford it, that is the price. But if you do not have money, or you have little money, whatever you can afford, because it's an exchange of energy, so you can put it there. So the same with education, the same with Keshe TV, is always done that, always. It makes sure that everyone was included. Even with the announcement unit, he does that. So for example, if you, when we're gonna have the announcement spread, who is not available, who cannot afford the announcement unit, he will be able to access to it. So no one will be excluded. This is the beauty of what we are doing. Yeah. So it's not.
And so the idea is that people can register here, because you still need to register for the event for the 2nd and 3rd, at least at the beginning of these of the opening. So people can't just drop in, you have to register first, and this website here, basically at the Keshe Foundation store. I'll just put that link into the chat here. The other chats. Sorry, I'm still trying to download that North American Corona team meeting, so I'm having trouble.
No problem, Rick, because we've run out of time. No problem. Yeah, I mean, people can, maybe we can post the link and people can go to see it. I'm gonna look for it and post it.
That's a good idea.
This is MOSFET. I would like to add something to this, slightly a bit different, but nevertheless, it's relevant. For example, the unit that Mr. Keshe showed in the North American meeting about correcting the bones. And some of us have worked with plasma technology and mending bones. yes, it takes a few weeks, but I have actually done a few, and we have looked at the X-rays and the details of the X-rays, and the correction of the bone is incredible in the sense that it was repositioned and it was realigned properly with no fracture, and none of the existing bone mending techniques can do this. And this I have checked with several doctors. So although it took a longer period of time, but if we try to understand the plasma technology, we already know a lot of it. We just have to put a few pieces together, like how do you speed up the process and things like that. And we are much more prepared in, say, like mending bones, and those of us who have connected with the 5 cups, we can also do some of the healing and let's say, not drinking and not eating kind of thing. So what I want to add here is that, you know, we do have the capability within ourselves, as well as we can use external reactors or field to enhance or accelerate the process. So all of these are very interesting, and we will all have it. But along with it, we also have the understanding and applying it in even greater efficiency ourselves and those of us who are teaching or those of us who are learning to do it well with our own effort. And this is important. It's that we have not only the access to the knowledge or the devices or whatever, as impressive as they may be, but the real impressive part is that we all can do it, and we all can do it and share it across the world, wherever we may be. And our intention to do it will also accelerate or allow us to learn this technology from within and without. What I mean by within is that accessing our own knowledge within, and also using field technology externally with other devices and so forth.
So
anyway, I just wanted to add this a little bit. Yes.
So I don't know if I understand correctly. So you when you say you done it and for example, the fracture, and the fracture went replaced itself in the right place.
Well, the bone was, I get to give you a little more detail. The bone was not in position, so it was repositioned, and then it joined itself and joined as if there hasn't been any injury before. So if you do bone joining, like using like plasters and things, there is a ridge that forms at the joining places, and you can never align it quite perfectly because there is a slight misalignment, which you can see in the x-rays, and I've seen examples of it, and as I was talking to my doctor friends. So they were very puzzled by how well it was done. So, and this is basically, my friend said, this is impossible to do in what we know in medicine now. So it's not just.
Do you use it machine or you use it?
So it's the plasma technology. The application is not only speed, but the accuracy, precision, as if it is new. So this part of the technology is really fascinating. It's not men bones, with screws too, but doing it well as well. This is the part that has to be in a way internalized or done with external technology that I did. But we can do many of these things also without any field. We can create our own fields and stuff like that. And that also has been tested. So what I'm trying to emphasize is that this technology, as it is being demonstrated, yes, it is impressive. Many world leaders and politicians will get impressed. But the common man in the street, we are not that far. as I'm somebody who is close to the common man in the street, and we are not that far from having to be able to share these with a beggar in the country I am, Bangladesh, let's say. And so this is what excites me. It's not just, you know, this machine there, but it's machine in the hands of a beggar in the slums or wherever they may be. It's at all levels, and we know part of it. And this is the thing, is that we have internalized part of it. Sometimes it's difficult for us to kind of believe that we know this kind of things, but it is being done. The United States, Africa, you know, my part of the world, China, wherever. But it is being done, and we only have to adjust a little bit to get to what is being demonstrated in our understanding. And the excitement is that we all will have, all are getting access. It's not just will, it's getting access to the technology. And so this is exciting in the sense that not just us, knowledge seekers and so forth, but we can share it freely with anybody, as someone is saying, open source it.
Yeah,
so anyway, so this is exciting in a different way. For me, this is a slightly different perspective, but from a very practical point of view.
Mushfaq, this achievement where the doctor said was impossible, no?
Yes.
For medicine, it was made with portable machine, or was made?
No, it is made by a specific type of pad we made.
Okay, pad.
And it was done. You know, the injury happened to a friend on his journey to a place where I met him, and then we did it there, and you know, I left the place, and then we got all the X-rays and stuff.
Okay, this will be really good for the testimonials.
Well, we have so many testimonials.
Yeah, you have to come to the next testimonial and talk about this. Very important.
Yeah, but the thing is that, you know, what is being talked about, you know, Mr. Keshe is talking about in North American meeting is that I don't think this is, I mean, you know, even let's say 10 years back, it would be science fiction, you know, somebody's talking nonsense kind of, you know, but since we have done it, it's not. And this is the part I want to emphasize, that we are doing it, all of us. And we are also not just doing it, but sharing with our friends, families, and those of us who are willing to come close to us, I guess. And so this is the exciting part. I mean, as exciting as the technology might be, but the sharing is much more exciting in a way, because the whole planet gets it, not just knowledge seekers. So anyway, this is a slightly different perspective, but I think it will.
Great. This again, One City, One Center. This is where we put in our energy efforts to learn this technology, or this plasma technology with the use of the machine, with the use of our body, with the use of different tools. Yes. So yeah, that's why it's so important. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mushfaq.
And for those who are listening, if we could focus our attention a minute just on the energy side of it, you see the Keshe Foundation has demonstrated flow of AC and DC current on the same wire, which to scientists or electrical engineers is totally impossible. So everywhere we're going to be looking, we're going to see the technology applied. The manufacturers aren't aware of it at this time, even though it's right in front of them. But soon they hopefully will be.
Okay, so exciting, brilliant. I'm so glad to be here. We can go to the next slide. So I hope everyone can go to the exhibition. Yes. it would be, I mean, it sounds super great. Yeah.
Oh, that's where I saw it. I reviewed the, quickly went through the PDF earlier and I just was half asleep, and that's where I saw this picture for the invitation for the conference. So it's a little late here, but there we have the information on the called the first space conference workshop. That's October 2nd and 3rd in Linz, Austria, just to be clear. And that's what we showed in the KF store previously. Okay, I think we covered that pretty good. Next, we have the Hindi community. Are you able to speak, Shweta?
Oh, we can show next time. What do you think, Shweta?
Yes, I was just saying that, my dear Rick, we can skip this presentation. I will present it in the next, okay.
Okay, good. Your microphone sounds good now too.
For next time.
This is also for the next time, my dear. Thank you.
Okay.
Going to the Universal Council, yeah, Dome piece, of course, important. Who would like to read this? The Dome piece.
Hello, everybody. It's Dean here representing the English-speaking community. I can speak it if you like, Stefania. Would you like me to read it for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the Dome piece from Mr. Keshe. Please remember this Sunday and every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet to a peaceful planet. KF knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the GAN's waters around the world at 12 p.m. CET and 4:18 p.m. CET every Sunday at the same time as they choose which time to suit them. So thank you for participating in this greatest movement by the soul of the man to bring about the peace on this planet as a permanent feature of the life of this planet. So it's a call to all knowledge seekers. Let's together create the peace dome all over the planet. And as I've mentioned before in the past, we see the star formation. We see this star formation wrapping itself around the planet, our planet Earth. And by creating the plasma water from the One Cup, One Life and spraying it into the atmospheres in your environment, we can create a peace dome that brings a wonderful condition for all creatures and souls and beings present on the planet Earth and beyond. Because this technology stretches across and touches many, many different souls that in existence that are throughout the Unicos. This is the Universal Council meeting. And so we have come to understand that we are part of a bigger picture. And we always, sometimes as human beings, we limit ourselves to our own small environment, which is present around us, and the conditions that we come to be part of and accept. When in reality, when you expand your thoughts and intentions further afield, that can radiate and be part of the condition of the universe and beyond. So this is the Unicos, universes of universes. And so this peace dome connects with all the souls in creation and creates a feedback where we can receive a balanced condition within the environment. And by giving more, so the stronger the stronger always feeds the weaker. So by giving more and giving more, you receive more back. And you're receiving from the creation, from the creator itself, himself, herself, and receiving the beauty that you need within your environment, creating a condition of balance and peace. So the one cup, one life. If you find yourself in a position that you have the plasma waters, please feel free to spray them and put them into your environments. Tip them down the drains, put them in the water courses. To spray the water if you have the GANS water. And if you do not, then use your thought and intention that equally can reach across. A wonderful thought giving to others will feed you back this balanced condition, this wonderful plasmatic knowledge that the knowledge seekers have come to understand through the position of learning the knowledge and creating the one cup, one life. Thank you.
Thank you. We can go to the next slide. Thank you, Dean. I think we also covered this today when we spoke with Dean, because so we could go to the next slide. What do you think? Unless anyone would like to say anything now.
When we make wishes, do we have to do them individually, or could we collectively say all our wishes and then we could add our field strength to all of them? Just your thoughts on that.
We were thinking about this. We were talking about this because even last time we thought maybe to write in them as well. We just thinking the best way to do it. I was actually I took maybe I will show next time. I will took a piece where Mr. Keshe talked about how to the wish or the prayer. In the 22nd workshop with Rick, he talked about that, about the wish, the way he done it. So it's very interesting to hear. But I don't know. I don't know which is the best way. So we're thinking something, and but I don't know how. I thought personally, I thought maybe if we're writing it as well is better, but I don't know. Mm-hmm.
I know the way Dr. Gatwa, he would, we'd all present our wishes, and then we'd all be, or he would say, I'm present in all your excellent wishes, which is just an option.
Okay, I understand. So you mean everyone expressed their wish, and then at the end, we all say that I'm present. Okay. In this way you say, no? So everyone expressed their wish, and then at the end, we all said, I'm present. This is what you're saying, instead to be present for each.
Yeah, I'm just saying, as you well know when you're discussing. I prefer the everyone give their wish method, and then we all add to it. But maybe the field strength is different when you do that. We'll have to ask Mr. Keshe. But I think
okay. Understand, like we used to do before when we write a wish and then everyone contribute on to write. One express a wish and then everyone contribute on writing it. This is what you say, Mark.
Yeah, it sounds all giving to one wish or all giving to all wishes. Maybe there's a different field strength there. I'm not sure.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think Mr. Gatto was saying in writing, he put that it's better to put the wishes in the present time as though it has already been done. I put my wish in present time. I visualize in present time, and I myself think when I say wish, I also give from my soul, from my heart, to that wish. I put this somewhere in the universe, in this condition. And if it's that like that, and if there are other souls at the same time which add to the power of that wish and that soul, so it gets more power. It's very important, the community soul praying is very important, I think. So I actually had a wish 3 weeks ago, and after 1 week, I saw the results because I said I wish whatever, and I was thinking maybe I should have said I give from my soul, but I saw that the wish came true, and I was very happy about that. So the thing is, from the heart, from something inside us, from the soul, the energy of the soul, not just writing and answering later. Maybe at the same time, it gets the force of the hearts and the energy of the souls of us together. You know, like just one target. We throw the flesh to one target in the universe. That's my contribution.
And when the wish comes from the Universal Council, is a wish of the whole planet. So it has a lot of power to it. That's why when the Universal Council wish for the world peace and all the wars, you could see the effect of it, because each UC member is connected to its language. So it means when the Universal Council make a wish, is the soul deliver the message that the Universal Council came with that wish, and that's why it's very powerful than somebody who is not a Universal Council make a single wish. Of course, it has an effect, but in totality, is a big difference. That's why we have UC Council.
I agree with my dear Azar, and I also think, maybe I'm wrong, it's better that each UC or UCS says that in the language, everybody of that culture says that. Because it's something directly coming from his heart, from his emotions. So it has double force, I think. And maybe because, I don't know about everybody, but I myself, when I volunteered for this, it was something from inside of me. Like when I'm hungry, I have to eat. So we kind of devoted things for being here. So this kind of detachment which we have from other things to this direction that we have now, I think adds somehow to our wishes, to the sincerity of our wishes. And maybe that's what says Azar also. As much as far as the power of the wishes and the sincerity of the person who says that wish.
Thank you, Baroness. If anyone want to say something, otherwise we pass to the next slide.
Yes, this is well, I will say then a greetings to also beautiful souls, my dear one, to join the Universal Council support and Universal Council membership as to serve for the humanity. And I will say the wishes are always made by heart and souls truthfully in the unified field of the universal creator, and where there is no such thing as UCS or UC or a knowledge seeker or a truth seeker. All is equal, all are there. So the wish is always in oneness done. So I will say, in the unified field, the wishes are made by the heart and soul, whoever it is. And there is no position in the universal creator's unified field. So welcome, my dear ones. Greetings again. Appeal of love, call of love from the Keshe Foundation, from the UCM, UCS, knowledge seeker to seeker. And I will say that now the wish is peace, all peace. So this is what we want. And please go to the Universal Council page in the Keshe Foundation website. You can find the application that this is the Universal Council page, my dear ones. The beauty of the violet color, the all protection, all love, all beauty, all kindness. And you can see the Universal Council page and go through the whole page. This is a beauty that is created by the Keshe Foundation as according to the ethos of the Universal Creator. Go through the page, you can find the soul mandate, the soul charter, everything, and all you want to need to know about you. That is it. It's for everybody, every individual in unified field. This is the logo of the Universal Council, and we are all Universal Council in a way. When we are transiting, we are all equal. And this is the light of the Mitra carrying the essence, the little worlds of all of us, the dream, the guidance, the knowledge, all of us together as a child to the other side as we are transiting. So preparedness is very necessary. Awareness is very necessary. Ignorance is not tolerable. Oneness is very necessary. So this is the logo, my dear one. Carry your soul with it. We are all equal in the soul level, and the application is coming. And please fill without any hesitation. Greetings, my dear one. They will receive, and the giving is on the way. So there are much more things are going on. This is the application, the violet color, the beautiful color, and fill this with your soul pen, with your soul, with your pen of physicality, so that in the visible light, everybody can see. I have done it, and millions of people have done this. And so there, when we are signing the peace treaty, it is for you, your soul, and your only, for the happiness, the burst of happiness is to you. Congratulations. And Rick, can we go to the next slide? Thank you so much. This is the links of the documents of the UC Charter. You can go through the documents. If you are not joining even the UC as a member, you are a Universal Council, Universal man or being. You can read this. This is explainable now. This is the happiest thing we have ever done. And I thank to my Masaya Shriman M. Keshe, and we all love you so much. And this is the second is the UC mandate, and this is mandatory. You must read that, and this must be. So be it. And there is a Earth Council charter, as we are creating oasis, little bubbles to make in the dome of peace, to making the dome of peace by sprinkling, by spraying, by loving it, wandering around. I wander around my house and do it. So this is the beauty. We are able to do it now. We are able because of the knowledge we have now, in a way, in the level of understanding. So please go through the Earth Council Charter, and I welcome the Earth Council to this platform of one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. And please do. And finally, the peace treaty, peace roadmap, the road, the Silk Road, as we have seen the video of the Linz area, and the music was going on, you know, the music was about the biker. I recall the memory of a biker gang. Biker, not gang, group. They are so wise. I always think they are wise. So that the bike, sit in the bike and go in the road of peace, my dear ones. This is the way we are all going. Sit in the bike and be in the music. And the celebration is going on, as Stefania says, as Dean always say, in the Unicause. And the Unicause is here now. Feel it, understand. The bubble, the dome of peace, the home has been created for us. We just have to understand. And there is the left side, there is the link of the active. You see members, email ID of UC members. Please email anybody in any language, or in English is the common language we speak. Most of the countries we know, and you will be answered anyway. So anyhow, you write, email us. Thank you so much, and thank you for being. This is the wish. This is not a question anymore. To sign the World Peace Treaty. This have to be done. As Dr. Gatua says, we are always present. It has been done. Thank you so much, my dear ones, for being here. Beautiful hearts and souls. And salam, namaste, salute, welcome, suswagatam. And thank you so much, my dear Rick. Thank you. Okay, I will read this. Thank you. Thank you so much, beautiful souls. This is a wish of the Universal Council as a whole, together in the oneness. I give freely from my soul to all souls in existence. Take what you need. The Universal Council, I am present.
I'm present.
I'm present.
I'm present.
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 I'm present.
I'm present.
Present.
I am present.
I am present.
Yeah, I see there was a quick question in YouTube. Perhaps we can address it before we end here, from Jazz Worker Tribe. Hello, everyone. I'm so thankful to be in your presence. Is there a need for a Universal Council assistance in Florida, USA? I'm not sure what he's referring to in Florida, USA.
Maybe Ricky wants to join the Universal Council, or he's confused about, it is about the joining.
I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I didn't read it that way. So perhaps he would like to assist in the Universal Council by becoming a Universal Council member or support member from Florida, USA. Well,
yes, you are welcome.
It goes by language rather than area as far as that goes, but there's definitely lots of room for supporting the Universal Council wherever you are in the world. And he could be, he or she, I'm not sure which it is, could be a Universal Council support member for English, if that's your prime language, or any other language that you might have as a primary language. And you can apply at the website that is the Universal Council and has the application form at the bottom. Oh, I think that's...
And Rick, like many memberships, you have to pay to be a member, like at Costco and other places. Are there any financial fees involved in being a member of the Universal Council or member as a Universal Council supporter?
Probably just your internet costs per month. That might go up for communications. No, I'm just joking. No, it's basically you join from feeling the calling from your heart, and you sign the World Peace Treaty, and it might take some time for the application to go through, as it does with some things for passing security and that kind of thing. But there's no cost involved, no.
Hi, Rick. This is Marie. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I want to invite everyone to join the TV Galactica tonight, where the Universal Council is answering questions about the soul and the universe from the audience. So that is 11:59 CET tonight. So everyone can join. It's on YouTube. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Marie. And we also have the Keshe Plasma Reactor group coming up as well. And that starts at 7 a.m. on Wednesday, September 29th, at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And people are welcome to present their plasma innovations and replications, as well as questions and comments and topics that touch on the plasma technology. What else do we have coming up here? Oh, I wanted to mention about the contest that the Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship unit was entered into. We did place second in the popular vote part of the contest and had by far the most number of views of the entry. But it did not make the final cut for the medical category, and didn't win the overall prize as well. So we kind of basically didn't get selected by the judges, the panel of 24 judges that were to judge the contest and so on. So they will publish the top 100 entries in the next while, and we'll see where we place in that scale. So it definitely made a big impression on all those that participated and looked at that contest, and very happy with the way it went in general. It would have been nice to have been recognized with one of the actual prizes or mentions, but such was not the case. Perhaps it was a bit too much of a hot topic. Okay, I think that's it for now. Anything else anyone wants to mention?
Well, I'm very happy about the result anyway, because that reflects the people, and the people, you know, at the end of the day, they view mostly the enhancement unit. So, and then they judge it, you know, we know about the judges. I wonder why they didn't choose it. So great result, I think. Now, I don't think we have anything further that we can close, unless anyone want to add anything.
Okay, we'll just, I'll play a little, I'll play a little promotional video from agriculture. It's only a minute and a half, and one ad from the Keshe Foundation store, and We'll close for today's 189th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice for September 28th, 2021. So thank you everybody for attending today, and we'll see you back here next week also at the same time and place. Here's the agricultural promo.
Thank you all very much.
In agriculture, plasma science has solutions for seed decontamination, improvement of plant growth, plant health, and increased crop yields at a minimum cost to producers and without need for external inputs. Various GANs are increasingly used to transform agriculture practices across the world. Seeds are soaked in carbon dioxide GANs liquid plasma to decontaminate any that may be diseased, infected, or adulterated, while irrigation of crops with carbon dioxide liquid plasma eliminates the need for fertilizers and pesticides. For plant diseases, conditions are created in the plant environment under which those diseases cannot exist. For crop pests, application of GANs liquid plasma creates conditions under which the pests do not damage crops as they absorb the energy of the applied GANs liquid plasma. Notable plasma science benefits to agriculture are increased farm productivity, enhanced food and fiber production, better soil fertility management, better plant and livestock health management, sustainable food production, and increased plant and human health.